also forgot to record, so I'm going to do that now. So you guys have your test today. Make sure you do these 3 things. And Harlem just reminded us that we should make sure to show our work. We should take our time. We're going to remember that heat transfers from the hot object to the cold object. Kaylee, thank you for raising your hand.
Sorry. Something people should remember when taking the test is to underline important clues to find out like what types of heat transfer, so you can look back and you don't have to read the entire thing, so you only have to look at the underlined things.
Okay, excellent. So I'm really glad that you said that, because you said underline keywords that signal to us that a certain type of heat transfer is happening. So let's just talk about that really quickly before we get started. So conduction, what is conduction? And what is our keyword for knowing that conduction is happening? Who can tell me? All right, Landon, go ahead.
Conduction, other known as conduction, is when a hot object is touching another object, and then the hot object makes the other one cold, which is creating conduction.
That's exactly right. So when we have two solids that are touching one another, one is warmer than the other, so it transfers its heat energy to the cooler object. So we have conduction, which is heat being transferred through touch. And remember, the other signal words that we look for conduction is that something is on or in something. That tells us that they're touching. The next one that I want for you guys to tell me the keywords or things that you should know is convection. Who can tell me something that you know and that your classmates should know about convection before we start our test? Convection. Ocean.
Well, so you know how like rain and conduction? Well, I feel like convection want to have something, and I've been thinking and convention, because like let's say cold air is coming out of a vent, and that cold air can warm up, and then it's just gonna go like the cycle.
Yes, I like that. So I've never thought about that. So convection, we could think convention because that is moving air, and moving air comes out of vents. And when we think of convection currents, that is air coming out of our air vents to cool a room, or out of a heater to cool a room. But it could also be the boiling process on a stove with the liquid, or maybe a pool heating up and the warm liquid rising, the cool liquid sinking, and creating a current to move the temperature of the water so that they become even. Excellent job. I like that. Convention. Ooh, that was very clever. All right. And our last one is radiation. What heat sources cause heat to be transferred through radiation? It's the birthday girl. Elliot, tell me what you can tell me about radiation.
Radiation is which it comes through by waves. Maybe kind of from, because in a microwave it sends waves down to the food and heats it up, just like the sun does to the grass in our house.
Yes, so the sun's rays, so rays or waves. So the sun's rays can warm our house. A microwave can warm our food through the electromagnetic waves going through the food to warm it up.
I have one more thing to say.
And one more thing.
Normally, since space does not have anywhere for the heat to go, it goes down to Earth.
Okay, excellent. Yes, so radiation is electromagnetic waves traveling through space. Fantastic job. I'm glad you mentioned that. But there's also one more source of heat for radiation, The heat radiates from this source to warm us when we're cold. What might this be? Does anyone know? Kaylee, do you know the other source of heat for radiation? Yes, you can say it.
I think the other source of heat radiation is a fire.
Yes, ding, 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 ding. Okay, so you are absolutely correct. So the other source of heat for radiation is a fire, and the birthday girl also sent that to me in the chat. So yes, a fire can also be a transfer of heat through radiation. The heat radiates from the fire. I do apologize because on the Kahoot yesterday, I had chose the wrong answer. So that was a mistake on my behalf. And the Kahoot actually had a couple things that were not quite right. I will be announcing the winners of the Kahoot on tomorrow. I'm going to record a video and it's going to be in the science agenda. So make sure you guys watch that because I'm going to be announcing the winners for Kahoot. And I'm also going to be announcing the winner for each class for the animal shelter project. So you guys definitely want to make sure you watch the video that's going to be in the agenda. But it's not in there yet. It's going to be in there tomorrow. So, yes, fire is radiation. Don't forget that. All right. Is there anything else your classmates need to know before the test? I think you guys are going to do fantastic. Everybody else has done an amazing job on the test in the other classes. So I know that you guys are going to do just as well, if not better. So at this time, I would like for you to go ahead and log onto the test. And as soon as I see that you are logged on, I will tell you to go. I'm going to put the link for NC Ed Cloud in the chat box. So if you just want to click that, that's fine. You can do that. And the test code is HEAT 2020. So all that's on your screen right now, but I'm putting it in the chat because I'm going to have to unshare my screen so that I can see who's logging on. Okay, so everything's in the chat, everything that you need. You're going to click on myncedcloud.org. You're going to log in, and then you're going to click that SchoolNet icon. And then you will log in there. And once I see you logged in for your test, I will let you know that you are free to go for Zoom.